Gonna try this again. YouTube didn't like a long video, crapped up the quality, so I'm gonna reshoot this. Typical Churchill backyard with its lawnmower and hoses and stuff, tool shed. But this is Lindy's little garden made with birch trees from John and Judy's place in New Hampshire. They're hyacinths, I believe, little ones. Here are one of her little flower garden beds. This is my vegetable garden area, which I'm not really going to utilize a lot. I've got a pumpkin that I let rot into the ground. Hopefully it'll grow. Over here I'll be planting peas once the weather passes for frost. This was an experiment for decomposing or composting leaves, and we'll see how it works out. I was growing blackberry bushes here, but they get in a mite and they don't do well. I cut it back 3 years ago, and it still persists in trying to grow up. Brick sidewalk. This is a yellow rose bush that it really is taking off. It has a single lattice, but I added a new lattice over here, and we had this pole lamp thingy kicking around. So I'm going to extend it, flatten it out so it has more discipline. This is Lindy's vegetable garden. Cucumbers will be over here, tomatoes, peppers, and whatnot. This is a new box we added this year. This is the back 40. Lindy planted these pine trees, I don't know, 7 years ago. And they were 6 foot tall, and they have really started to take off. They got infected with some kind of disease 3 years ago. She treated them and they recovered and do nicely. This is a little pit where I practice my golf swing, which sucks. But instead of digging up the lawn, I dig up this dirt. This is one of her flower gardens. Fig tree, crepe myrtle. This used to be our butterfly garden over here. And we planted wildflowers and bee balm. It gets infected with this grass weed, and I kind of messed it up. The bee balm is not going to come back up. So Lindy planted hyacinths out here last year. They've done well, so I weeded some of them and spread it out a little bit. I can't remember what kind of plant that is. This is I want to think it is not a crepe myrtle, Rose of Sharon. And this hyacinth would put out some random plants out here in this section here. I dug them up and moved them. I'll show you later. That's our telescope pad. We had a driftwood feature here, and that's rotted away. Lindy tore that up. This is her cloud watching afternoon place. We put in some hostas out here last year in the late or early fall to see how they'll do. And because I had to thin some out, we had excess. The myrtle continues to creep out from this space out here. We never planted it. It just is natural. A scrap wood pile. It's been here ever since I started tearing down fences, and it's still scrap, and we still utilize it. And over here is a hidey hole where I have my cement mixture and trailer and rototiller and some glass doors that we have picked up somewhere. There's a ladder, as you can see. Honeysuckle bush was here when we came. I've had to trim it back because it's getting too tall. This tree here is a natural tree. We didn't plant it, and we let it grow. It got kind of wily. I was going to cut it down and started to do so, by trimming off the branches last fall. And got to about that height, and I said, just getting out of my range of comfort. So it looks like maybe I'll let it stay. It's cut back. The sun's coming through now. And I'm going to stop this at this point, and I'll start another one.